Hello, welcome back to Halloween House. So I'm getting a cylinder 7 misfire read on the computer thingy. So we're going to be talking about when it's time to go to the mechanic and when it's something that you could probably teach yourself to do. Something really simple instead of spending unnecessary time and money at the mechanic. I am going to be working with the electrical system, so the first thing you need to do is disconnect the negative terminal. You know that one's negative because that is clearly marked positive and it's usually covered in red. So I did give this a little bit of head start. You might have to use some pliers or something to get it, you know, when you're first starting. And always remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So we're going to turn this left. Don't lose these parts. Go ahead and pull that screw out. Then take the terminal off and tuck that somewhere where it's not going to come in contact with that while you're doing your work. So the misfire on cylinder 7, I strongly suspect, is the ignition coil. Symptoms are, you know, a rough idle. It feels like it's not getting enough gas on acceleration. You feel like the car might backfire. It's just my instinct. It really could be a lot of things. It could be the spark plug. It could be the fuel injector. It could be a lot of things. But instead of going to a mechanic and going through everything all at once, just eliminate the fact that it's the ignition coil, because that's just the easiest thing you're gonna fix. It really is. Now you got to figure out what cylinder is what. You can usually find that information in your owner's manual or on Google. I have a V8, so I know 5 is over here, way back there. 4, 3, 2. I think I'm counting right. I don't know. I know 8. 8, 7, 6, 5. Probably miscounted. But anyways, I know that's 7 because number 8, I know, is way over there, and I was so happy it's not number 8 because I would go to a mechanic because that would require removing all this, and I just can't get to that. But luckily, it's number 7. It's this guy right here. As far as tools go, you'll want a set like this. It's a 60 or 65 piece mechanic set. I think 65. If you don't have these tools, you really should go ahead and make the investment, because if you used a tool once, you're going to use it again. I can't think of a single tool I've invested in that I haven't used at least 2 or 3 times. And yeah, I guess you could borrow one from a neighbor, but what a pain. You know, you're just better off having it on hand. Okay, so what you're going to want to do, there's a screw right there, bolt, and then there's the electrical connector, and that's why we disconnected the battery. So what you're going to want to do is find the right tool to loosen that bolt off, and it pulls out, and then you'll disconnect this, which I obviously can't do the work and hold the camera at the same time, but I am going to try. Okay, so I'm using the magnetic screw adapter. You could use a ratchet. I just find that fits pretty well. I'm using a 932 and it's magnetic, so that screw won't fall down. Just get right on there. Loosen that screw. We got it. Let's see if it's loose enough. Yeah. Okay. Alright, we got the screw out. Don't lose these parts. Alright, and then you pull that out. Comes out nice and easy. There's a lot of gunk down there. I'm wondering if it's the spark plugs now. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead with changing it. And like I said, it might not solve the problem. You might need 2 hands for this because there's a little lever down here. Did you hear that click? Alright, let me put the camera down. Okay, so there's our new coil. Got that guy out. And then we just look at our bolts. We just slip it right back in. And the one I bought came pre-greased, so that's why you didn't see me greasing it. I know some people take the extra step. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the bolt back in and reconnect the electrical, and we'll see what happens. Okay, now we're going to reconnect our battery. There might be a little jolt. Don't worry about it. Right, like that. Put your bolt in. Oops. So it's flush. And I'll need 2 hands for this, but that's how you reconnect it, and you just replace the bolt. Okay, we're going to start her up. See what happens. I know that when I start it, my brake light is going to come on and my tire pressure light is going to come on. It's because I need a new cluster. It's just not a priority for me right now. I know when my brakes are doing, I know they're good. I know when my tires need air. So let's see what happens. Perfect. No check engine light. It's idling smooth. I'm going to put my seatbelt on. And I'm going to take a ride to AutoZone so they can put it on the computer. No, I do not have a reader. I know that's something I should have, but I don't have it. So off to AutoZone I go. So we just got back from AutoZone. It's running smooth. No check engine light. No computer errors. It was the coil. And it cost me $30 for the part. I already had the tools, and it took me about 15 minutes to change. Way better than going to the mechanic.